Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe. Today we continue Sri Sri Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi, verse 7. When will Sri Radha's moon-like face, that is like the matchless quintessence of the ocean of nectar, and whose ever-astonishing, playful elegance causes Mohan, enchanting Krishna, to stand in his sweet, threefold bending form, become manifest to us. When will Sri Radha's moon-like face, that is like the matchless quintessence of ocean of nectar, and whose ever-astonishing, playful elegance causes Mohan to stand in his sweet, threefold bending form, become manifest to us. Sri Radha's face is the quintessence of the ocean of Rasa. Commentary. In the previous verse, Shripad saw his Ishvari as the Nikunja Devi. Devi means the worshipped. It is even more astonishing when Rasikendra Mauli, Krishna, the king of relishers, worships Radhika in the Kunja as when the Sakis and Manjaris do it. She is called Devi because even Rasika Sekara serves her. When Radha and Mohan enter the Kunja, Mohan lovingly wants to serve Priyaji in different ways. So the maidservants bring him a pitcher of water. With the water from that pitcher, Mohan washes Priyaji's lotus feet and dries them off with his yellow dhoti. The maidservants understand Shyam's mind, and they bring flowers. Mohan offers a handful of flowers at Swamini's lotus feet, chants Jaya Prema Mai, and then offers his obeisances, while tears of love flow from his eyes. Touching Radhika's feet and bowing down to them is like a festival of rasa for Mohan. How beautiful Srimati's face is when she looks at Mohan's face at that time. How many amorous pastimes her beautiful face reveals. How enchanting are the movements of her eyes and her eyebrows.
Before Jai Shri Radha, before we go to Rupa Goswami, then there's so much going on here that makes my heart beat. I wanted to share maybe two things. One, just what we just read there about the reaction that happens when Radha and Mohan look at each other directly face to face. It's really not so often in the Leelas that this happens, or that we hear about it. It happens every moment, but that we hear about it, it's not so often. This is the image of Krishna, God who wants to relish the experience of divine loving, who now, in this moment, when they're face to face, it happens. And it's the scene where there's fireworks. It's pure love meeting pure loving. And so it's described as, what did you say, my dear? A festival of Rasa. The highest form, and then a party on top of the highest form. A festival of the highest emotion possible. And then what happens? What does Mohan see in Radha's face? He sees the history of all the times they've met before. How many amorous pastimes her beautiful face reveals. So concentrated in her beautiful face is all the history of the love story of Radha and Mohan. Thousands and millions of times they've met like this, and yet it's greater than ever, and they're all present in her. And he experiences this when he sees her. So it's not just that he's beautiful. It's not yet just that she's beautiful. It's that he sees the infinite, the history of beauty of the universe in her face. And the second thing that really moves me so much in the verse and then also in the commentary is the word astonishing. It happens in both. It's in the verse there that Mohan is always astonished. Or no, sorry, not Mohan, but we are always astonished. We, or Prabhupada is always astonished. And then it's mentioned in the purport too that there's something astonishing. Well, we're astonished because it's something we haven't seen before. And it's a way of saying that the experience of this beauty, without this beauty, the experience of the beauty which is inspired by the love and by Mohan looking at her, is something we've never seen before. Because that love is always new. That love is always growing. It's always greater and greater. And in Sadhakavesh, which is what Prabhupada is in right here, he's in material form, he's surprised by it. Because the love, surprise is mental, it's material, it's his mind. And the love that he's witnessing explodes his mind. It's greater than his mind can grasp. And every time he meets her, it's greater than his mind can grasp. So it's only by going into Siddhadeha, the spiritual body, that he can actually absorb this and be part of this. And being in Siddhadeha means being in his Swarup, being in his spiritual self. So we as sadhakas are always surprised. We're always astonished because this love goes far beyond what we experience in our material lives. Even in our partial spiritual experiences of our material lives, this love is greater than any, greater than my love for my grandmother or for my kids or for my lovely wife. It goes beyond all of them. So that's the second thing I wanted to share. Radha.
Good morning, Radhe Radhe. Sorry, I come delayed little. Now, 日本の皆さん通訳始めました。Now, Japanese translation started. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming so many Japanese devotees. Yeah.
So, Uddhavaji explained very nicely. I feel like this verse, Krishna become like maid servant of Radhika. And Krishna washed Priyaji's lotus feet and dried them off with his yellow dhoti. That's actually, this is Manjari's work. But Krishna was so excited to serve Shrimati Priyaji and also bring flower. Krishna offer handful flowers Swami's lotus feet. Jaya Prema Mai. Jaya Prema Mai. Prema Mai means always in Prema, full of Prema. Radhika. So this is very beautiful scene because Krishna changed Radhika's. Gurudev used to say, Krishna is usually object and Radhika is subject. But this is, Vishaya. Actually, object is Vishaya, subject is Ashraya. So this changing, Radhika become object, Krishna become subject, servant. This also interesting. And they looks each other's face. Uddhavaji describes all universe history in Radhika's face. I feel all history of her pastime or what she do before meeting. So much, suffering, so much hankering, many feeling inside in Radhika's face. Not only that, Radhika's face is every time that her beauty is increasing. Because if Radhika see Mohan's face, then Radhika feels so enlivened, so, enlightened, become more blissful. And Shama become more also. Shama see Radhika's face more enlightening, more blissful. So this is increasing. Raga and Anuraga is increasing. This also describes Radhika's glory. Actually, Radhika's glory, this is Mohan's glory also. Because serving Radhika does not decrease Mohan's glory. Actually, Mohan's glory more increase. So this is very interesting, In material world, if someone who serves the great personality, maybe feel, he's lower or she's lower. But in especially spiritual world, servant become more glorious sometimes. Because more pleasure is coming. This is the beauty of this Radha Mohan's pastime. Radha.
Anandaji, could I ask you a question? In the verse, it says that Radha's beauty makes Mohan stand in his threefold bending form. Do you know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is.
The
threefold bending form.
This is Tribhanga Lalita form. Like Krishna's always taking fruit, having fruit, and this, this face also a little bit bending. And also,
this side.
Yeah. And then waist also bending. And
like on the altar, we can see on every altar when we see Krishna, there's always in this three-folding form.
And then leg also, little bit very very funny, And then why this Tribhanga Lalita form? Some person may ask. I don't know really, but many reasons. Sometimes Radhika, he come to near and, his legs, sometimes, he has some very funny guy. Krishna is very funny guy. Sometimes he studies a little bit up or, some kind of, very funny thing Krishna does. And this Tribhanga Lalita form represent Krishna is not straight. Krishna's nature is crooked.
Right.
And, so this Tribhanga Lalita form is very beautiful. And all gopi, maybe not only gopi, all inhabitant of Braja attracted this Tribhanga Lalita form. So here mentioned, so this, generally speaking, Krishna attract all other devotee, all other living entity in this form. But in this case, Radhika's beauty attract Tribhanga Lalita forms Mohan. So then Radhika become Krishna attract what is it? Madana. God, like love God. But Radhika attract, so therefore Krishna called Madana Mohan. But Radhika attract Krishna, therefore his name is Madana Mohana Mohini. So this is also represented. Why this represents this Tribangalarita home? It represents Krishna attract all universe, all living entity. But Radhika attract even this Krishna. So this describes Radhika's more, what do you say, glory. That's my feeling.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Radha. So recently, we read the Mahatmaji also with Gurudev. To read what is underlined is important. So I would like to share what Gurudev says underline about these commentaries. So just now, Uttavaji mentioned here, Krishna washes Priyaji's lotus feet and dries them off with his yellow dhoti. Gurudev says this is underlined. Because now, so all our dear senior devotees kindly explained just same as Gurudeva's word. Gurudev said this is absolute truth. This is absolute truth's highest beauty. That's why, so I'm surprised that I came here and so all of you discussed this point. It's like a representative of Gurudev. And maybe here also read, Mahatma already here.
I don't know, mine's not underlined.
Yeah, we stop where we stopped. Okay, then one point is here. And Gurudev mentioned one more. Touching Radhika's feet and bowing down to them is like a festival of Rasa for Krishna. This sentence is also Gurudev says underline. This is also absolute truth. The reason why is already all of you discussed. Just Jananda Maharaj said, I want to repeat. This is the glory of Mohan. Mohan becomes servant. Mohan becomes Manjari. This serve Radhika, serve love is highest. This is what we want to learn. We want to feel. This is our goal. Just shortly, I would like to share Gurudeva's commentary and feelings. I try. Shri Radha, thank you.
Shri Radha. I have a few small, and thank you, insignificant comments on all the beautiful sharings. Jayananda Maharaj, when you were beautifully describing the threefold bending form of Mohan, I was picturing him being, when he becomes completely immersed in this feeling of Radharani, when he becomes close, he begins to lose himself. We've seen that in many verses. And in the U.S., we have a phrase that says you become weak in the knees. So when you get close to your lover, sometimes you become weak in the knees. So your whole body starts to kind of slowly starts to collapse as he's like dropping over, as he's beginning to feel Radharani's love, this Mahabhav. In the previous verse, he fainted, and this is kind of like the beginning symptom of him fainting as he's like slowly collapsing down.
Actually, this threefold, sorry.
No, go ahead there.
This three-folding forms is the playful form of the Lord. He is showing this because of the presence of Swamini. The Lord is actually the controller. He is not in a playful mood. He is doing some job. He has to do something. He is controlling. That means the controller is controlling. But when this controller comes in the association of Swamini, he becomes playful. And because of this, he is always wearing his flute when he is in this threefolding form. And that means this is this sweet Lord of Vrindavan. This is only Krishna. Then he is no more controller. He becomes this playful boy in Vrindavan. Nobody recognizes him as a Lord or God. He is finished with this job. Now he is what Janana said, that he is now the subject. And I mean, when he see the face of Swamini, then he is swimming in the ocean of Rasa. But in the association of Swamini, he manifests his playful, sweet, threefold bending form. This is only happen when Swamini is there.
And it's also because of the nature of desire, isn't it? Desire is never, what should I say? It's never a lightning flash, a total emotion. It's one that's always playful. It's hiding and revealing and a little hint of this and a little tickle there. And so this is what the crooked Krishna means for me now. That he's crooked, that means that the nature of love is crooked. It's never just coming right on you like a wave. It's coming in little hints, and this is what makes it increase. That it's playful, like you say. In Norwegian language, there's now we're citing in Norwegian language. There's an expression which goes something like "detours lead the furthest," which means the one that, even though the road is longer, that they give more life, they give more meaning. They lead you farther in life, just like they're leading you farther geographically. And that's the same way with the crooked desire, that more you have to zigzag and hide and seek, the greater is the pleasure, greater is the love.
I also share one German in a dialect. In a dialect, ein bisschen schief hätt Gott lieb.
God loves crookedness.
This is where Sudhanidhi is coming from. This area, they say like this: ein bisschen schief hätt Gott lieb. And
I think the Norwegians tried to translate that. Yes.
No way. But it is explaining that yes, this crookedness actually of the Lord. This is only happen when he is with Swamini. Then actually he is no more recognized as the Lord. He is this sweet cowherd boy in Vrindavan. And the Lord not plays flute. No one heard about Vishnu that he plays flute. This is not possible, because he has a majestic. He is the highest. He cannot play. This is not possible. But in the presence of Swamini, he can play a flute. This is why Brahma could not believe that this boy with his flute is the same personality of Godhead. And so he did this, what he did when he, was heißt entführen?
Kidnapped, or yeah.
When he kidnapped the cowherd boys and the cows, when he saw this boy playing with his friends in the forest and herding cows, he could not believe that this is the same Lord. For him, it was not possible. So he tried to test this. And so he kidnapped all the friends and the cows from the forest in Vrindavan and put them sleeping in a cave somewhere in his abode of Brahmaloka. And but when the Lord came back and saw that they all left the place, then he recognized that that happened. And so he manifest all these boys and cows exactly like they was before on the same place. And then when Brahma came back, he was more than astonished about the situation. So he just kidnapped these boys and he came back and they are still there. And what happened in the time between that all these boys and cows, when they come back to Vrindavan, all inhabitants of Vrindavan was so much attracted to these boys and cows. The calves, even from the cows, they was so attracted to their mothers. And even the old Brijbasis was so attracted to the boys, much more than before. There was love before, but now it's more intense. And the thing was, when Brahma went back to check the cave, I think everyone knows the story, right? Or not so much. Then this doorkeeper, they stop him, and he could not enter Brahmaloka. So what was happened? Krishna, in the same time, he took the form of Brahma and went to Brahmaloka and told this doorkeepers, or what is it? Security? Is it doorkeeper? Huh?
Gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper, yeah. So, and you will see soon there will be another Brahma is coming, but he's an enemy. Don't let him in. So when the real Brahma then came, his own abode was closed to him. He has no place to go. And in this way, he went back, and then he saw the boys and all together, and then he knows he did a big mistake when he separates the friends, and he disturbed the Leela. So this was a big mistake. And then he took shelter on the lotus feet of Krishna. Then he realized, wow, this sweet Krishna there, this playing boy he is the Lord himself. So in that case, we can understand the difference between Vishnu and Krishna. But it not means that he is losing his power of the Lord. This Krishna is as powerful, more powerful as all other incarnations. But he is under the control of Swamini. So he forget this situation of the highest. He is really in Vrindavan. Nobody can see this, even if he do his leelas there, they will not. When Indra did the same, he also disturbed this with his thunder and his heavy clouds, because they stopped his puja. But he made a different game with the Lord. So he not separate the Brijbasis from Krishna. He brought them all together under the Govardhan hill. When there was this heavy rain, Krishna put the Govardhan hill on his left finger. So that was the difference between Brahma's and Indra's check who is the Lord. And one thing, Uddhavji, that was the moment when Radha and Mohan could see each other face to face.
Mm.
And all other Brijbasis could see for 7 days, they could see Mohan's beautiful face. And because of this, what Indra did with his clouds and water was actually a big blessing for all, and everyone was very happy under the Govardhan hill. That was this Leela. And so that there we can understand that this was not this kind of disturbance like Brahma did when he checked the power of the Lord, because Indra brought all inhabitants of Vrindavan together under this big mountain, and Brahma put them in a separation place. So that was the difference between that. So they cannot understand what happened in Vrindavan, that there is the Lord, Narayan, Vishnu himself, is playing with a flute and with cows and with his friends, with the gopis. And for sure they cannot see what the Leela with Radhika. This is the beauty of this sweet threefold bending form. He's playing. This is his playing form. He's playing the flute. And when we make a short of this verse, we will find out when will Sri Radha's moon-like face become manifest to us. It's only the essence to us. Then in the middle part, there is a description of the beauty and the power of her face. But in short, we can read here, when will her moon-like face becomes manifest to us? Jananaji also agree with this playful form?
Pardon?
That he is in this playful manifestation, this threefold form is the manifestation of the Lord in his sweet form of Mohan.
Yes.
Playful.
Yes, playful.
And the flute actually is a symbol of this playfulness, right?
Yes. So there is 4 things different from Narayan. One is this Venu Madhuri. So this is Krishna's specialty. So you mentioned.
Peacock feather is also.
Wow, thank you for the beautiful story, Gora. I was, like so many of these Leelas and pastimes, I was not familiar with that. So I appreciate the beautiful sharing and story. 2 other points in this first part of the commentary that I was inspired to kind of highlight was that even though Mohan lovingly wants to serve Priyaji, he cannot do it alone. He still needs the maidservants to serve. So in the text it reads, Mohan lovingly wants to serve Priyaji in different ways. So the maidservants bring him a pitcher of water. Without them, he cannot serve.
Yeah.
And then further down, the maidservants continue their service by bringing flowers for Sham. And so I just feel that this again shows the importance and also indirectly their desire for having the maidservant there, because without the maidservant, none of it is possible.
Yeah, you can imagine if you like to do this service, and you have to organize all the ingredients, then it will be a long time job for Mohan, and Swamini has to sit there and wait, and so this is a part of the Leela that it is continuing. And this is a sweet exchange, and they are always 3. This is really, we learned in the last weeks, we learned the nature of Mahaprabhu in this case. He is all 3 in one person, and this is amazing. So Mahaprabhu is the incarnation of the Lord, who can feel himself, he can feel Swamini and he can feel Manjari. This is amazing. And so actually Mahaprabhu is this concentrated sweetness inside the kunja. He is relishing all what happened in the kunja, all feelings, all baths. He is relishing what happened there in the kunja. He is the one who brings the water and the flowers. He is the one who sits, and he is also the one who makes the puja. It's astonishing that is possible. And this discovered in the last weeks. And even Gurudev said that he could not see this greatness of Mahaprabhu before. It's really only we in the mood of the Manjaris together was able to discover this with the help of these beautiful books we read. So that is really a deep meditation need to come to the point, to relish this.
Mahatma, you comment, your comment is, I agree, and very important things. Sometimes, I feel, say, only Mohan, what can he do? Only Radhika, what can she do? Without Saki, without Manjari, Leela cannot happening.
Yeah.
Sometimes we also, sometimes we think, oh, I'm so, fallen, I cannot do anything, but actually, only Gurudev alone, what he can do. We all we need. We are helping Gurudev, we are helping, our Guru Parampara. We are helping Radha Dasi. So, everybody needed to some help, some seva. So that is the beauty of our Guru Parampara. So everybody needed. We may have, I may have very small power. It doesn't matter. Just we do small seva. One day, Ramachandra want to build bridge from India to Sri Lanka. And then one ant threw away very small like sound, And then Hanumanji said, what are you doing? You are doing very small job. I can bring all mountain to this one. Then someone could hear, hey Hanuman, this power who is giving to you? I can take out your power and I can give this ant. So therefore, everybody needed, everyone want to serve. This is kind of normal condition of our living entity. So this is Mahatma point is, I think, very, very nice, very important.
Jesus also make an example of this. There was in a synagogue, there was this Pharisee, and they give a donation, and they are all rich people. They give some dinar, or I don't know what it at that time was, but it was like 10 euro maybe. And there was also a poor lady, very poor lady, who came and only give a penny. And then the others are laughing about this penny. And then Jesus also said, but this was the only money this lady had left. And she gave all her money. So that was to the Father, this donation is millions of times more than this, what the rich man gave, and make no pain to him. And so we can see it's not, he count with different, like we think our seva is not important, but what you say, Jainandaji, is amazing not amazing. It's very important. And because we know this, that the Leela will not happen without us. That is because Raghunath Das is so much suffering when he is separated from his seva. Because he knows when he is not doing the seva, the Leela will not happen. That means it is always as individual Leela what happens. So we can see that the Leela is not that all of us, millions in one kunja. This is like, for example, that the Rasa dance, when it happened. The Rasa dance, every gopi feel that Krishna is dancing with her. But there are millions of gopis, they have the same feeling. And this is also when we are in the kunja serving, there are not millions of manjaris around. There are a few manjaris there. Maybe I'm alone there, or with my guru manjari. And we do this seva. And when we not do the seva, this kunja will be empty. They cannot meet without the manjari, without us, individual. So this is the feeling of Raghunath Das when he is separated from her Swamini and from his seva, because he actually knows this. And the same is, as long as we are not in that consciousness, this lila not happen. This individual lila where we are the manjari and we serve them.
Yeah. The last point I felt inspired to read again was this description of when Radharani and Mohan look at each other, as Uddhav was pointing out, how beautiful Srimati's face is when she looks at Mohan's face at that time. How many amorous pastimes her beautiful face reveals. How enchanting are the movements of her eyes and her eyebrows. This, I feel, is in the perspective of the Manjari, because she is the witness. So she is the one that feels the beauty of Srimati's face when Radharani looks at Mohan at that time. She is the one that witnesses the amorous pastimes that her face reveals. She's the one who becomes enchanted by the movements of Radharani's eyes and eyebrows, because she is the witness. Radharani and Mohan are engaged in each other, so they can't witness this perspective of the viewer.
Oh, very nice point. Why Manjari are looking? Not for their enjoyment. Manjaris are always ready for seva. What is Manjari seva? To feel Swamini's feeling. That's why, like us also, if someone who want to understand, then I see their eyes, eyebrows, like a Gurudev also. Gurudev said something, but we see his eyes and eyebrows and different feeling come sometime, right? That's why we need to see. This is not for our enjoyment. To understand her deep feeling, deep desire. This is the meaning of witness. Then automatically this beauty comes. But this is not only like a material beauty, no. Inside of this beauty, we see her Mahabhava. How much our Swamini love Mohan. How much our Swami make Mohan happy. How deep her desire is. This makes her shining and beauty. Then automatically we want to serve Swamini. We love Swamini. Shri Radha.
And when we see this, right, Kishori, then actually we see also the effort of our service, because who was decorating Swamini before, who made the eyebrows, who made this point on her forehead, who is decorating the beautiful Swamini. And when we watch that Mohan is attracted by her beauty, we can see, oh, our service was successful. He is, astonished from her moon-like face. But this is also our seva. It was our seva to decorate our Swamini in the morning. And when he is doing this foot seva, washing lotus feet, that was the work of the manjari to decorate this lotus foot with footlag and make beautiful. And when we see how attracted Mohan is to the lotus feet, then this is our rasa. Then we see the successfulness of our service. And that is our enjoyment. Seva rasa. We see the success in our service. Mohan is in bliss. Swamini is in bliss. So our service was successful. And you're right. We see it. We are viewer.
It's a very nice point. I guess it was Mahatma first who made it about what's being expressed is from a manjari, from manjari eyes. But what's miraculous about the text, let's remember it's written by Anantadas Babaji, who's in Sadhikavesh sitting in Radhakund. I don't know. It was 20 years ago, maybe. And so it's really also very beautiful to imagine what he's experiencing. He's sitting there in his room in deep, deep meditation with his pen and paper in hand. There's some beautiful pictures online of him writing. And this is what he feels and sees. He puts himself in that manjari, identity, and he channels that into this writing. So it's very beautiful observation from Mahatma and Kishori that this is manjari service, but it's being channeled through this sadhaka who's in Siddhavesh, who's in spiritual body, sitting there writing in his room in Radhakund.
I met him 2 times together with Gurudev, and what I recognized in him was that he is actually no more in the sadhaka there. He was on another level, I felt. And he was not always so much aware. This is my feeling.
No,
Nobody
for
knows.
sure. But he's still sitting there with a pen and paper, even though he's in another level, definitely.
Like also Raghunath. I mean, to write these verses, one has to be a manifest in this. Otherwise, he cannot write.
Yeah. And this is what we're trying to do ourselves. Put ourselves in this consciousness, in this place, and then feel.
Yes. And all these pictures are really leftovers by them to our blessing.
Yeah.
So they give this big amount of mercy to all of us so that we can have a glimpse of the beauty of the Leela. And Gurudev, together with Gurudev, we really can enter in this world of the feelings. He makes us relish this. He is the one who gives the bath. Without him, we didn't know that we are manjaris. We are confused for 100%. We don't know if we're manjari, gopi, saki, and we don't know the difference between all of them. But to relish these books, first we have to fix our bath and also our Ishtadev. And this is really the beauty of our Gurudev. He is fix us in our bath, and also he is fix us on our Ishtadevi. Before that was even some years before. I'm around 15, 16 years together with Gurudev. But the first years I still was in this God consciousness. I was really because this was all we learned in Christianity, and I think also mainly in Vrindavan. There are not many, they speak about the priority of Swamini and fix us on this path. And because of his mercy, we changed our mood, our path, from the controller to the, what he say, summum bonum, absolute truth. And this is Swamini. So.
Yeah, yes, Gora. All from his mercy. My God. And I love Udochi, the image of thinking of Anantadas Babaji writing where he is. I mean, to me, what I felt there was he's in viewer consciousness. You know, he is witnessing these feelings, and the writing is just happening. It's not by his doing, by his effort, that the words on this page are manifesting. And as you so beautifully pointed out, this is our goal, to become a viewer in our lives here, where we can exist in both this spiritual setting in this material world. To live in the feelings of the spiritual setting in this material world.
This is the meaning of realized soul. Exactly. A realized soul live in that what he get. He is authority. He can write these explanations because he realized all this. This is not like a teacher. He only can write what he read before. But that not means that he realized that was written there. But this Anantadas Babaji, and there are also other Babaji's comments inside. So we will visit. Maybe this year is my plan. I think his name is Advaita. He is living in the Netherlands, and he translate the books, and he actually know who is taking part of all these explanations. So we like to listen from him.
That would be so nice to know. It's not very clear sometimes. Yeah, Advaita Das.
Advaita Das, yes. I told you his wife was some months before she was here in the Govindas, and I could speak to her, and she also invited to the Netherlands. She invited us. I mean, they are no more together now, but they live very close, and they're still in friendship. And so now I got the address, and I plan to visit him. So maybe we make a first contact, and then we can let's see to get the secrets of the books.
Oh, I would like to do that too. So please let me know.
Yeah.
Radhe. So from Uttavaji and Gaurasundar's sharings, I remember one word from Keshava Baba. Now, Uttavaji says how transcendental Anantadas Babaji is or was, maybe is. He's not in this material vibration, totally transcendental. I also got maybe 5-6 times darshan with him, fortunately with Jayananda Maharaj's mercy. I feel really agree. And I asked Keshava Baba one day, we cannot become like Raghunath Das, this strict way of bhakti. We cannot live 40 years, Radhakunda. We cannot give 1,000 dandavat to devotees, right? We can say any words, but if we do really, it's impossible. This is honest, at least my feeling, right? Then what to do? I asked Keshava Baba. Then Keshava Baba said, no, it's impossible for me also. That's why we need Kripasitta. Anantadas Babaji also, our Gurudev also. For me, like you, senior devotees also, I cannot become like you. But mercy, Kripa is only my hope. That's why so Kesha Baba says, every day, read Virupaksha Manjari, only one verse. Just every day reading, then automatically Manjari Baba come. This is Kesha Baba's word. Our faith. No need to pretend to become Raghunatha Dasa or any special acharyas, no. Just be humble what we can do. We serve humbly and respect and wait for mercy. This is Kesha Baba's word. Shri Radhe.
Sri Rupa Goswami explains the meaning of the word lavanya, which is used in the text as follows in his Ujjvala Nilamani. Lavanya is a luster that shines in the limbs as if it shines from within pearls. Streams of luster gush from Srimati's face. How wonderful are the movements of her eyes and eyebrows. They show the Bhava Bhushana, emotional ornament, called Lalita. The Lalita Alankara is shown by a tender girl who makes playful, enchanting gestures with the eyebrows and all her limbs, just as the moon was churned from the milk ocean. Radha's spotless, moon-like face was churned from the ocean of transcendental love mellows. These mellows are most precious and powerful, and Sri Radha's moon-like face is the quintessence of the entire ocean of them. This face is not a material luminary. It glows with the taste of Mahabhav. It is useless to try to compare her face with the moon, her eyes with lotus flowers, and her nose with sesame flowers. Sri Radhika can only be understood through pure love and not through any use of words.
Shri Radhe. Here also Gurudev says underline just now Mahatmaji beautiful reading. I would like to share. First underline is these mellows are most precious and powerful. Yes. Radha's spotless moon-like face was tuned from the ocean of transcendental love mellows, and next sentence this is underlined. These mellows are most precious and powerful. And Gurudev says, this is Radha Kripa Kataksha. Every day we are singing in evening arati Radha Kripa Kataksha. This Radha Kripa Kataksha is glorify how Radha is beautiful. Especially this face is so beautiful. That's why if we sing Radha Kripa Kataksha with this meditation, it goes to absolute truth. This is Gurudeva's explanation. And next point Gurudev says, just now Mahatmaji's reading. Sri Radhika can be understood only through pure love and not through any use of words. Gurudev here loves very much means not through any use of words. Love doesn't need word. How we can understand Srimati Radhika? Pure love. This is the only way. This is not information gathering. We cannot understand how much Shastra we read, we compound it, no. Just love Radha with pure heart. This is our hope, and this is very important. Then, how to understand Radhika? By mercy. By mercy, she gives us the vision how much Radha is beautiful. I try to remember Gurudeva's word and try to share it with you. Sri Radha.
Yeah. To me, I feel that this sentence means that Sri Radhika, our Swamini, can only be found through feelings, not through sastra or any book. And these feelings are feelings of pure love. One can also read this verse in the following way. When will the moon-like face of Sri Radha, that causes even Shamasundra, who is astonishing at every moment, and who enchants the whole world, to stand in his beautiful threefold bending form, be manifest to me? The maidservants have seen that Shamasundra's elegance is astonishing at every moment while he worships Nikunja Devi, Radhika. Sham's pastimes are most astonishing when he submits himself to Srimati's service.
So that's when, sorry to return to my astonishing, but this is when he is at her service, that's when the greatest feelings are created, and the ones to the material mind that are the most surprising, the most unexpected, the most astonishing. So in a way, from our material positions, our poor, sad material positions, a thermometer of the love that's flowing between them is our surprise, our astonishment. A weak and imperfect thermometer, but nonetheless, the more we are surprised, the more we can detect that there's something very special going on there.
Yeah. Okay, my dears, perhaps Kishori can keep reading or someone else. I have a class to go to now, so I don't want to cut our meditation short here. If there's someone else that wants to continue reading, please feel free.
For me, it's okay. The 1.5 hours, I think we have a lot of beautiful topics. And I'm always happy to, after the class, to stay in the feeling and to relish more. If there is too much, there's not meaning of that. It's more feelings coming. That's only my point.
Yes, our pot is full and our mind is focused.
Thank you. Dhanyavad to all of you. So nice. Jai Shri Radha.
Jai Shri Radha.
Radhe Radhe Govinda